content. Just 4 years ago, there were a series of stabbings in Little Rock, Arkansas that absolutely terrified and terrorized the residents. From 2020 to 2021, there were 4 people stabbed, 3 of them fatally, and it seemed random. On October 22nd of 2020, a 64-year-old man by the name of Larry Eugene McChristian was reported missing. His body was found 2 days later. He had been located on a stranger's porch, stabbed to death on South Gaines Street in Little Rock, Arkansas. The police were able to review some footage, and when they did, they found out that they could actually see the suspect in this video. And the suspect apparently was walking past this house. He saw his victim, Mr. McChristian, and turned around, ran up to him, and stabbed him, and then turned around and walked off. But then he turned around, came back, and continued stabbing him. But the cops couldn't get enough information from the video to figure out who this guy was that had killed Mr. McChristian. His neighbors actually offered a $10,000 reward. So a month later, on September 23rd, a guy decided he was going to go and visit a friend of his. He hasn't heard from his friend in a few days. It was a 62-year-old man by the name of Jeff Welch. And when he got to Jeff's home, he found Jeff slumped over on the porch, and something had happened. He had some kind of a puncture mark on his neck. So he called the police. They came and picked up the body, and the coroner did the autopsy. And at first they were looking at it like, yeah, that we think this is suspicious, but we don't know if this is actually a murder. So when they did the autopsy, they said that the wounds absolutely were caused by a homicide. Things went quiet for a long time around Little Rock. It wasn't until April of the following year, so April 11th of 2021 to be exact, when a woman by the name of Deborah Walker, she was a 41-year-old woman, was attacked when she was out on South Pulaski Street. She was stabbed 15 times, and she was left there so that she would bleed out because, I'm sure the attacker absolutely assumed that she was dead. There's no way she was going to come back from this, right? Well, she was found, and she was rushed to the hospital. She recovered enough to be able to give a physical description of her attacker and to let them know what had happened. Apparently, she had been out walking on Marshall Street when some total stranger approached her and pulled out a knife and just started attacking her, just stabbing her. She didn't do anything to piss him off. They had no other interaction at all. He just started attacking. According to her, he appeared to be a young black man with a slender build and probably over 6 feet tall. After all of this happened, the Little Rock Police Department was contacted by the FBI, and they brought in a behavioralist. But they were in the middle of creating this profile of this guy when less than 24 hours later, a 40-year-old man by the name of Marlon Anthony Franklin was found stabbed to death only a block away from where Miss Walker had been attacked. It wasn't until after this 4th victim, the 3rd death, that the police decided to finally come forward and talk to people and let out a press release. Apparently, they were finally willing to come clean and admit that these were probably all by the same person. And in the press release, they said that all of these attacks had happened between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. every single time. This made police patrols actually increase around the city, and there was a $20,000 reward offered now for the capture of this guy. So, even though I had never heard of this case until just recently, apparently this did get some kind of attention across social media, even though it didn't go viral. Things like this are the things that deserve to go viral, not some people that don't know how to brush their teeth. This guy is still out there. There are social media vigilantes that have absolutely sworn to track this guy down. And if you haven't yet seen the Netflix documentary, Don't F with Cats, watch it. It's hard. They don't actually show you the horrible stuff that was put on video, but this is what I'm talking about with internet vigilante justice. It's incredible. It's amazing to see it actually happen and to hear people explain how they did it. So if you want to get involved and try to figure out who the Little Rock stabber is, well, that's a great way to do it. Not by vigilante justice, let me clarify, but rather by research and investigation. You never know. You might catch a serial killer. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can catch more episodes coming up soon. If you're a fan of dark history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.